Good evening to you wherever you're watching me live. Indeed, today too, I deem it great and expedient to come your way with our Friday, as usual, messages. So kindly do me a favor, thereby sharing this link to a lot of people as much as you can, especially the groups that is dedicated for Opatafuor and then Zenith of Heaven's members across the global world. So kindly share the link for me on all social media platforms, on Facebook, your TikTok, WhatsApp groups and stuff. Kindly do me a favor by sharing the link for me. Invite people, tell them to come listen to words of wisdom. I am here to motivate you and give you direct tips. It is very important to get connected to people who are endowed with faculties that are more receptive in understanding the mysteries of the world and how to live within a given society. Others are prospering. Others are also failing. People are also trying and working hard just to get to the apex of success. At least some of we people, they are also looking for means as to how to become comfortable in life. And being able to access all these corridors in life depends on how preferably you live your life. And sometimes some people needs to be educated. So that is the reality. So kindly share this program and link to a lot of people for me. Anastasia, how you doing? Tony Silas, if I do God bless you this very evening. Share the link for me on Opatafuor Live and tell people to come listen to the word of God. It is very important. Abrabonye easy. So kindly share the link for me. Tell people to come listen to the word of God. Jesus did something spectacular in the scriptures, and sometimes people, especially men of God, explain it to the best of their knowledge. And sometimes also they do explain to suit their tastes. But in reality, that notion that Jesus left, he was actually trying to tell us, we, his followers, something. So kindly share the link for me. Amajima, good evening. How are you doing with the case? I believe they are all doing great. A beautiful evening to you too. Tony Silas, how you doing? Doreen, how you doing? So in reality, with regards to what I was saying, Jesus did something in the scriptures that was very amazing. He called 3 people and gave them a talent. The other was 5, the other 10, and the other 1. And lo and behold, the 10 people was able to harness that opportunity and utilize the 10 talent. And at the end of the day, they were able to realize a dividend out of it. So they became successful in their field. The one who was also entrusted with 5 was able to utilize it, harness, seize that moment, and made a very useful art out of it. But the one that was given 1 taught to himself to dig the ground and bury the talent. Why? Because all that he taught it was very small and he can't make any good thing out of it. So he didn't want problems whereby Jesus will bounce back and then ask him questions that where the talent that I gave to you. And then you will begin to refute him with all kinds of excuses. So he had no option than to go and dig the ground and bury the talent. Now, when Jesus came back, he told the guy that he's very foolish, very, very useless. Why? Because if he knew that he wouldn't have been able to make good use out of it. You should have told him so that he would have taken the seed to a bank and deposited it over there, so that at the end of the day, in his return, he will come and then meet with a profit. That is exactly what Jesus told the guy. It's very important. Men and women, we are all humans, but women have their limitations. Men also have their limitations. Now, let me decipher between these two phrases that I've met you with. Women are supposed to work hard within the range of 16 years. Listen to me carefully. Women are supposed to work hard within the range of 16 years to their 30 years of age. Hard work is preferably ascribed to women within the range of 16 years to their 30 years of age. This is the given time frame for a woman to work very, very hard. Men also are given that opportunity to work very hard within the range of 18 years to their 40 years of age. That is the given time frame for other counterparts. That is the main aspect of humanity. I will break everything down for you to understand what I'm trying to tell you. Now, women have that expiration date. So you are a type of species that are not supposed to waste time during your youthful ages. There is something in you, and that thing is a talent that our Lord God has deposited in you. And that thing is a seed. And within the 16 to 30 years of age, it's supposed to be germinated and grow for people to see what is exactly in you. That is for the women aspect. So within that, oh, and I'm a cabro for David. Sorry. Metiao Dr. Odru, Dr. Odru Elizabeth, I say, Namishra, and you made me debanku, and I'm annoying the cabro. I'm very sorry. Ntitianie oyɛ ɔbaa saa ɔbaa na woyɛ no ɛna mɛdi nka catch no wowɔ opportunity from 16 years up to 30 years also working hard. But you see, in a country called Ghana or in Africa, we are deprived of certain things. And you might be you need opportunity. And the Ghana na ankasa you want to Ghana asase so, Nigeria asase so no. Na abrabo edinka show tu ne. And naturally no nam wiase no, wo di abrabo ka. Adintia. Because based on our conditions and system of governance, we will realize, the way you see with that of your 30 years of age, what's spending in education. When you be now with 30 years and we didn't go school. And there are people watching me right now who lives in the continent of Africa who falls within the given said dates that I've given to you, who has nothing to boast of. They have nothing to boast about. Kafun, I love you also so much. God bless you. There are people who falls within that range, who has nothing to boast of. Why? It's not because they have a bad luck. You see, sometimes the condition of Africa will make you to pray some kind of a prayer that you will think, you assume that you are being manipulated by demons or principality. But no, the reality is how Africa, our politicians and our religious leaders and these traditional people have manipulated the system. So when you falls within the range of 16 as a woman, 16 to 30 years of age, it doesn't favor you. With the exception of you people whose parent or family had already laid a foundation for you people. Moi, abrabono, mabusuafo mo bibi wa abusua ne mu no, e na wo obenya 30 years no, na wo bibi kakre kura mo. Ba yen na ye free abusua kontonchi mu a yen ya meto hwe wo ho no. Ye wo to abrabo Ghana di nkan hwe otu name. And your friend na wo be pre abetika no. Na oni Ghana abeye pe. You are struggling for equalization. Two goals to equal yourself to Ghana. How? Yes, Abraham show 2 goals to nail. And it was a nyama edding. What the Italiana why? Oh, bressa. So even if you're a government official, both at the end of the day, monthly salary credit and to me, wow. And naturally, you have sold your piece out. So that is why some of these women sometimes they are tempted to look for men who will eventually extricate and manumit them from poverty. Why? Because they are wallowing in the pool of impecuniosity and long suffering. And sometimes they are tempted to look for people to extricate and manumit them from poverty. And it's a good idea. Yes, because especially when you get to know where exactly that you're coming from, this is where you'll be able to make decisions for yourself. And the talent a crown sister. I don't know if the day was 16 to your 30 years of age, as a fast will be maso. We are crippled and paralyzed. You are stuck at one position. You are not progressing. What you can easily boast of is maybe you think you have a white-collar job or you have a small establishment that you can realize at least 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4 Ghana cedis out of whatever that you think you have gotten in life doing. So, when a woman gets to 30 years of age, if you are a woman and you are watching me, if you get your 30 years of age and you know within yourself that you have nothing to boast of, you have nothing to write home about, now you have to work smart in life, not hard work anymore, because hard work will not pay. I will explain myself to you. And then men also, when you get to your 40 years of age, my friend, you don't work hard anymore. You have to work smart. I'll give you my definition for working smart. I'm not trying to tell you that go to your job centers and begin to use schisms, technicalities to create. You loot, then you share over there. I'm not talking in respect to that. I'm not trying to tell you that go and exhibit a bad attitude in your job centers. That's not what I'm talking about. But I will define what I mean working smart. I'll give my definition for working smart to you. So a woman, you are supposed to get married within that time frame, give birth and take care of your children, your husband, and whatever that falls within your range. So you could see at the age of 30 years, you don't have anything. So at the age of 30 years, if you don't have anything, what exactly are you going to do and what are you supposed to do? Because when Jesus came, he gave some people 10 talent, the other people to 5 talent. But the other one, the last one, was given a 1 talent. Some of you people, especially the ladies, all connects are seized. You don't have any opportunity, especially when you have a very poor background where your progenitors has nothing. It means you have only 1 talent. And the 1 talent is you yourself. Some were given 10 talent. The 10 talent are people that have connection to people with a higher profile in the society. Let's assume maybe I have 10 talent. The 10 talents will come in a form where I have connection to the president, to the DCs, the MPs, the executive, the legislature. I am well connected and well sophisticated person. So that 10 talent, I have it. So even if I don't have money, for the fact that I am connected to the president, when I reach my arms to that man, automatically, because I have affiliated myself to the president, he's in there to help me or shook my shoulders for me to be able to rise onto my feet or get out of whatever pit that I have fallen into in life. And this is what constitutes the 10 talent that I'm talking about. The 10 talent also talks about maybe you have a brother, a sister who lives in the Western world. They have something, they have money. When he talks about money, they can support you in case if you have any dream for any establishment. You want to establish a small business or whatever that you want to do. They are in there because they are part of the 10 talents that you have. They are also there to contribute and play a role in your life. Now, when it comes to marriage, a rich man's daughter will never be worried about marriage. Why? Because they are connected to themselves. So on the pinnacle of business, on the table of business, when 2 rich men meet, they discuss about things that will bring a positive dividend onto themselves. And sometimes on the table of business, that is where the marriages of their sons and daughters are negotiated. How? Because I am well connected, you are also well connected. Maybe we will meet at the president's office. The Ashanti regional minister will meet the Greater Accra regional minister at the presidency, where we businesses or ideas will be generated. From that onwards, I have become a friend. The Ashanti regional minister becomes a friend with the Greater Accra regional minister. And from that onwards, because they don't want to fall into poverty again, maybe the Ashanti regional minister has a daughter, and then the Greater Accra regional minister also has a son. Now, because they don't want to fall back, they don't want to be teared apart, they don't want to be disgraced or disintegrated by the spirit of poverty. So what they are supposed to do is that they will connect themselves and then connect their children together. So you see, in other way, or in other vice versa, their parents have negotiated something for them. So in that case, they are ahead of Ghana. Money is not their problem anymore because whatever that they want, they can buy. Their father is well connected. When we talk about authorities, the father has authority under his feet, so he can connect them. But in the case of yours, you don't have anybody. You are now struggling and fighting for yourself just to at least be able to provide for yourself 3 times daily meal, be able to meet your expenses, your utility bills and other petty things that contribute to human life. You are not even struggling for it. So you see, as a woman, within this time frame, if you don't have this 10 talent, and the only talent that you have is you, yourself, and the little job that you are doing, you should be able to work hard. You should be able to have a sleepless night Now, within this range of 16, some part of the world in Ghana, it is constituted that a woman from the age of 18 years can be legally married. So with that of the 10 talents that you have, if you have 10 talent, your case is different. 5 talent, your case is different. With that of you having only 1 talent, this is the secret. It is only you yourself. You don't have any political affiliations, no governmental affiliations, no job opportunity for you. Maybe you're a mobile money vendor, you're a teacher, you are a nurse, a lecturer. You struggled before getting to that position that you find yourself right now. So the only talent you have is yourself. Nobody is in there to support you. Neither is there anybody to contribute or to affect your life with something. It is only you. So when you work hard, this is the situation where some part of the nations of our world, a woman from 16 to the age of 30 years, you are exposed to the world where a man can step into your life and ask your hand in marriage. 16 to 30 years. Now, in Ghana, a woman is entitled to get married from the age of 18 to whatever age that she thinks. The law grants women to be legally married at the age of 18 years. But some part of the world, it starts from 16 and whatever. So you could see clearly that by working hard, you put in maximum effort by prayers, because if you are a believer and a Christian, a woman is supposed to be soiled deeply and well rooted in the realms of the spirit, because we are not dealing with flesh and blood, but we are wrestling against demons and principalities to the extent where even the one that you are entitled to, demons will deprive you of it. Sometimes you have that opportunity to meet a very noble and well sophisticated man who will be in there to support you. But when you cast your eyes into your family, you could see very clearly that there hadn't been any single person over there who is a female that has had that opportunity to experience the grounds of marriage. Nobody. So you could see that there is a spirit there who has been fighting you. When it comes to your lineage, there's a demon in there that has been fighting you day in and day out. There's a demon there that has been fighting you day in and day out. Though some of you people, your parent, your mom and dad is a Christian. But the issue here is, how long would you sit yourself down, keep your mouth mute, and allow your mom to wander about like a wandering duke of the air and be praying for you? It is better for you as a woman to start praying for yourself at the age of 16 years to whatever age that you think you are all right with how things are treating you or how life is treating you. So you see, by working hard from that 16 to 30 years, it constitutes your spiritual life and developing yourself and putting yourself in order in terms of emotional, financially, spiritually. You need to put yourself on a balanced scale where you will not lack in any field. So when it comes to spirit, because sometimes God can give you something, you can go to the presence of God to pray, and then God will bless you with a man or somebody, even if not on the space of marriage. There are people who can trip into our life just to be there and support us. But because you are not rooted spiritually, demons will fight that person, and that person will eventually sign out of your life. And when that person's signed out of your life, it means you have to go and restart life again. Let's say maybe you have a connection with a prominent person. If this person signs out of your life, it means you have to go back and restart everything and pray to God for God to give you somebody who is worthy as the one that you have lost. or more than the one that you have lost. And such is life. So you see, a woman is supposed to work hard. Spiritually, you don't joke with your prayers. You don't joke with your morning devotion. You don't joke with your morning, things that will contribute to your spiritual welfare, things that will help your soul to become nourished. Because some of you people, even intellectually, a woman is supposed to be well educated. You need to be well brought up. When you talk about education, I'm not necessarily talking in terms of white education where you'll be seated in a classroom. No, that one it's actually worth it. But the one that will keep you in life is self-education. I'm telling you, life. White education is very good, but the only proficiency and the importance of it is that it gives you memory education. That is the only thing white education can contribute to your life. But in reality, you need self-education. Self-education. A woman must be able to communicate effectively. You must deal with your emotions. You must deal with your attitude, character. Character counts a lot. Within the range of 16 to that 30 years, character counts a lot. A woman must have that prowess. That prowess. You must develop yourself. It constitutes a lot. Now, when you get to 30 years of age, and then no man has come in to ask your hand in marriage, at the same time, you don't have a job. At the same time, you don't have money. Sister, this time around, you are not supposed to work hard. You have to work smart. And how do I define what I call smart? The smart is you have to be able to realize that the population census of this world is about something billion. That is 7 to 8 billion. And women are about 57 or 67% of the population. Women forms about 67% of the population in the nations of the world. So in these reasons, when you get to your 30 years of age and you have nothing, no man, sister, I'm telling you that you have fallen a victim of circumstances where you are in an indelible competition with the young ones. 30 years, you have to be very careful and realize that you are in a competition with the 18 years people, the 19, the 20, 21 to the same peers, the same age, 30 years women who are out there. So since you are in 30s and you are in competition with this age people, you have to act smart. Acting smart means if you are 30 years of age and you have anger issue, act smart and drop it. I'm telling you, if you have anger issue with little things that triggers you and you become angry with things, you've got to act smart, thereby dropping your anger issues, because no man will come in and take a woman of your caliber to his house. So when you are 30 years of age and you have nothing, drop, and you have anger issues, emotional issues, my dear, you have to drop it, or else you keep on gnashing your teeth, crying unto God, and God will never step in, because you are not trying to act smart. When people come into your life, you fight them with that bad and corrupt anger, heart of yours. Always you are angry, you drop it. If you are 30 years of age and you don't respect, you are very pride and arrogant, I'm telling you, you drop that thing, because you are 30 years. Work smart. Don't allow any business mogul, a well presented man, to meet you in life and you still have that pride and arrogant attitude to play around with that man. No. You might not know where you meet your destiny helpers. So with that issue, because you are not connected to any politician, Neither is your father or mother a queen mother. You don't have $1 million deposited in your account. You don't have any real estate to boast of. You don't have any infrastructure. You don't have any laid down plan or any proposed plan that will in turn materialize to favor you. So, since you are not affiliated to anybody and you don't have anything, my sister, I'm pleading with you. That is the secret of life. You have to drop every attitude of yours that keeps men away from you. 1, 2, you are quick-tempered. 1, 2, you are quick-tempered. When they insult you, you want to also talk back. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, that nagging attitude of yours, that nagging spirit, men will leave you and you keep on complaining. And because you are aged and you are not learning from your mistakes and experiences in life, and you keep on misbehaving, you'll be there and remain as how you are. Because do you know something? There are women so beautiful, but their problem is some petty attitude now, nature of theirs. 1, 2, they are quick-tempered. Even when they meet their destiny helpers, they want to go there and misbehave. When they go there, women are not careful with that attitude of theirs. The very thing killing women and destroying them is what we call familiarism. When you burst into relationship with women, they become familiar with you. And so where they are supposed to give you respect, sometimes they will lose it. Where they are supposed to be serious, they will not be serious. And this thing has come a long way to affect our dear women in a given society. You can't tell me that, sister. If you think you are beautiful, a woman should boast of her beauty at the age of 16 to 28 years of age. My dear, I love women and respect them. When a woman has the intention of boasting of her beauty, it is supposed to be that 16 to their 28 years of age. When you get your 30, there on 40, 50, you will see that beauty is an illusion. On the face of age, beauty will disappear. So those who are basing on their beauty because they have gotten a very good pomade or whatever to smear their body with, I'm telling you that within 40 years of age, you see that your beauty will begin to fade off. Now, there was no woman who was beautiful more than Celine Dion, a very beautiful woman. You can attest to this fact. But today, what can you and I say about the beauty of Celine Dion? Now, the beauty of this woman has faded away. Why? Because of age. So, as far as time, season, and age is concerned, any woman that boasts of her beauty, I'm sorry to tell you that your state of thinking is below the belt. The beauty will never be there forever. Lady Diana was beautiful, but when she got to certain primates of her age in life, it faded. Queen Elizabeth was a very beautiful woman and well connected, in fact, from a royal lineage. But let's assume that if this woman was to base her character and everything on what we call beauty, it got to a point that Queen Elizabeth, when she got to her 50 to 60 years of age, her beauty faded away. So you see, as a woman, you can only boast of your beauty from the age of 16 to your 28 years of age. Your 30 years of age, you must have that thinking capacity, that skills, that prowess to understand what humans are entitled to and the limitations that has been placed upon ourselves here on earth. So from the age of 30 years going, if a woman wants life to become soft and comfortable for herself, then she needs to act smart and work smart. In your work centers, in a given society, you don't go to a given society or in your vicinity to be fighting people over there whilst you know that you don't have anything. You don't fight men even when you are passing by and a madman or a mad woman stops you. You stop and listen to whatever rubbish that said person will tell you. It is from there onwards that you choose from whatever sayings that has been presented before you. So you don't walk with an arrogant heart and say, this man is not my class. Sometimes opportunity comes in disguise. Men, rich men, sometimes they don't boast of their riches. They don't talk about their riches. They disguise themselves and parade themselves on the street. Reception of those celebrities who are on social media platforms that have amassed a lot of followers. They are the very people that you can know that this person has it. And sometimes those people that you see them on the internet boasting of flashy things and pretending to be living a luxurious life. I'm telling you, some of these people, they are broke. So you see, you will never be able to know the true identity of the person, the man that you have met in life. So a woman from 30 years of age has no option than to develop or finish developing herself, because the 16 to 30 years is a developing process. Because you, from 18 years, if you burst into a relationship with somebody and you begin to show some kind of an attitude, at some particular point, a man can tolerate it, because the man will assume that you are young and still in the learning process. But 30 years, sister, you are matured. If you still tell me that you are still in the learning process within the age of 30 to your 60 years of age, then I'm telling you that you are lacking behind and you are losing things. Until when would you finish learning in life? Until when would you cultivate yourself and put yourself in a rightful proportional order? Until when? So you see, Jesus was trying to refer to us in a normal life that there are some people who are given 10 talent. I am the son of the president of this country. So I am connected to other foreign countries' presidents, their sons and daughters, because Nana Akufo-Addo's daughter is connected to the president of Nigeria's daughter or son. You see, the father has created that platform for her. So if she is pride, she is pride. If she is arrogant, she has every right, because the father has deposited 50 million, 20, 30, $100 million in her account. So she can choose to marry or not to marry. It is her own. But with you, you don't have it. Like me, I don't have it. My cloth is one in life. I don't have anything. Sometimes I work hard, countless of sleepless nights, because I want to be able to cater for myself and meet the criteria of life. That is by putting food on my table 3 times daily meal. I work so hard. But a time is coming when I get to my 40 years of age and above, I should be mindful of my actions and realize that I will not be of this same age. So at that particular moment, from your 40 years as a man, you cannot work hard. You can never work hard. So you see, as a woman, because you live in a shortened form, in a society, in a place in where you are limited. So from your 30 years, please work smart. I think I've been able to explain certain things to you. Work smart. Dump any anti-clockwise behavior. Dump and drop every behavior. Drop every behavior. As a woman 30 years and above, drop every behavior. Every behavior. Women have problems with familiarism. Familiarism is killing women. Familiarism is making some women to lose their respect for their fiancés, their boyfriends, their husbands. Please, what is killing women is familiarism. As a woman, at the age of 30 years, you should be able to develop yourself intellectually, self-education. You have to know how to cook. When you fall the range of 16 to 30, you have to know how to cook, how to talk to a man. That is communicational skills. And how to live your life. You have to know that at this given time, I am supposed to do this. I am supposed to do that. I am supposed to put this thing here, and I'm supposed to put that thing there. At the age of your 16 to your 30 years, this is where God has given to a woman of this modern world to develop herself. 30 years and above, my beautiful queen, you can't tell me I should give you time to develop yourself, because time, they say, wait for no man. You are getting of age. With that attitude of yours, when are you going to give birth? When are you going to humble yourself for your husband? When are you going to listen to the voice of your somebody who has stepped into your life to help you? When? So Jesus was telling them, some people have 10 talent. Yes, and you can attest to that fact, that there are some people in the society of ours who are given 10 talent. And some people also are given what? 5 talent. But you and I, we were only given 1 talent. 1 talent. And the talent is you yourself. If you don't respect, everybody will disassociate themselves from you. If you don't respect, if you don't have manners, you have to develop that concept and understand time and season. You have to understand the intricate web of human existence as a woman. You have to understand things. You have to understand things. You have to understand things as a woman in a given society. You have to understand things. You have to know how to carry yourself from your 30 years of age. You have to know how to carry yourself. Your neatness, at least if it's not 100%, it should be 90. A woman, your neatness count. You can't tell me you've gone to work and you are tired and you come home, you will not bath. What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me? As a married woman, as a woman who is above 30 years, and you tell me you are tired, you will not bath. All these things count. A woman of 30 years of age, you don't know how to say I'm sorry. You don't know how to say please forgive me. You don't know anything. You don't have that communication skills. And you think men will keep on licking your feet. Sister, you think men will keep on licking your feet? No. Some time to come, you will feel sorry for yourself, where you become heartbroken, where you will think life has not been fair with you. At least where you are gotten to, life itself should be able to tame you in life as a woman from the age of 30 years. Life itself is supposed to be, is enough to tame you, to be able to turn on a good leaf. As a woman, you should be able, you should know this. So many men are leaving their matrimonial bed to sleep in hotels with young girls because the wife has become familiar with the husband too much. So she's playing familiarism in the house. Even some women have become like goat. They are like goat. Even if they offend you, they are ready to use their forehead. That is how some women have become. They are like Goliath. I don't care. I'm a woman. I'm telling you, you are in competition with the 16. So if you guys say you still be 15 years, you are not still at the 15 years of age. Understand this. So within that 30 years going, sister, act smart and live smart. You don't work hard, because when you are still 30 and you are still working hard, there's a lady who came to me recently from Italy. She actually had issues with her husband, and she came, she tries talking, nobody is perfect, and I'm trying to develop myself. I say, how old are you? And she said, I'm 36 years of age. I say, hey, my dear, you're joking with life. 36 years of age, and you are still telling me I should give you time to develop yourself. Sister, 36 there, and you're developing stage. The very day you start as a woman, the very day you start seeing your menses, you start developing yourself from that onwards. As a woman, the very day you start seeing your menses, you start developing yourself. So you see, self-development is meant for people, a woman that falls within 16 to 30 years of age. After that, you have finished developing yourself. So working smart and working hard, that is the difference. In a given space where you work, sister, 30 years and above, you need not to be fronting your face to customers over there. Do you know where you meet your helper? In a given space where you work, sister, you front yourself to customers and talk to them anyhow. Do you know where you meet your helper? Sometimes at the 30 years of age, you are living with a man, but you know very well that the man cannot provide fully for you. So it means you still need more hands. Though as a woman, you are married, you have kids with your children, you have kids with your husband. But you could see that the provisions that your husband is supposed to bring, he's not able to meet all. You support him. That's the sign of a good woman. You support your man. It's very important. So you could see very well that you still need more hands to support your family. So at your job center, you are a nurse. You talk to anybody anyhow. You work in a telecommunication firm. You work at the hospital. You work at the grocery shops, a boutique, a pharmaceutical center, a company. That's where you work as a woman. You don't talk to anybody anyhow. Because though you are married, you have kids, but you could see very well that you are sweating, you are suffering, so you need hands. So a customer who came there to buy just ferroglobin, a paracetamol, can help you with a $50,000 because of how you approach the person, because of how you treat the person, because of the sweet words, that communication skills that you have developed yourself with as a woman. Somebody can help you. Do you think it is every man that taps into your life that really wants to have his way out of you? You think it's every man that wants to sleep with you? No. There are some men, they love their partners and respect them. So they don't go about denting their clothes anyhow. But there are very generous and good men out there who can support you, who can help you in life, who can support you with the little that they have. But in this case, you don't respect. With the little issues, you have anger issues, emotional issues. At the job center, you talk to anybody anyhow, especially your colleagues and people over there. Sister, 30 years of age, you are still quarreling with people at your workspace. You are still fighting people whilst you know you are in a competition with 16. You are in a competition with 18. Sometimes the motivational speaker will tell you that you are not in competition with anybody. You are in a competition with yourself and your yesterday. So develop yourself and better yourself more than yesterday. Indeed, in the motivational world, that is what the motivational speaker is supposed to tell you. But in logical world, in our given society, I'm telling you, you are in competition with your fellow women. Because now, the man that you are living with, there's somebody standing outside over there waiting for that opportunity to strike and then grab him. I'm telling you, no matter how foolish you think your man is, there's a woman who likes the foolishness of your man. There's a man that likes the foolishness of your man. There's a woman that likes the foolishness of your man, no matter how foolish you think the man you are into relationship is. So you see, you act smart. You act smart. You don't work hard over here. 30 years. Are you now going to shake your buttocks for a man to see that you have goose at your back? Let me tell you, we will tap into that buttocks of yours, enjoy ourselves and leave you, and later go and stick ourselves to a woman with good character and attitude. We will take you on to funeral because you have a very nice face and a very nice shape. We will take you on to funeral. We will buy everything for you, but we can never put the ring on your finger. Why? Because your character and attitude doesn't deserve ring. It deserves only funeral and party. And after that, we'll take you to hotel. So you see, a woman, learn how to speak. Learn how to keep yourself. Learn how to present yourself. Put yourself in order. And you'll be a blessing unto your society and your family at large. Now, the men also, you are supposed to work hard. You are supposed to work hard as a man. You are supposed to work hard at the age of 18 to your 40 years of age. After 40 years of age, my brother, you don't have any opportunity to work hard. Some of we men were given 10 talent. So I am a man who was raised in a family where they have money. Where they have money. Let me cite this example. Like somebody like Napo. Napo is a man that was raised in a family that has something, because he was born into affluence. The uncle was once the president of this country. So you could see where Napo is coming from. So Napo can decide to be arrogant today. Napo can decide to be very disrespectful. And that his disrespectful behavior will affect him, but not too much or excessively like that. Because the uncle Opatafuor has laid a foundation for the man. Opatafuor is well connected. He has traveled to the length and breadth of the earth. So you see, the uncle has bestowed upon the guy 10 talent. President from nations. Napo can just walk to any president in Africa. Why? Because the uncle can just pick up a phone and call any sitting president. President Opatafuor can call any sitting president in the continent, in the global world. And that person will never turn down his call. President Opatafuor can lob job, contract for his nephew Napo from any global world. Napo can get a contract from Sierra Leone now. He can get a contract from Nigeria now, from China, Indonesia. Think of any country everywhere. He can get a contract now. Napo can decide to relocate to any country of his choice because he has what we call a diplomatic passport. He was once a government appointee, a government official. The uncle was once the president of this country, so he can flee to any country of his choice. But you and I, the only place we can go is Gabon, Togo. Even that one, we need visa. But for these people, they have diplomatic passport. So you see, Napo is given 10 talent. He has business connections. In spite of all this affluence, come to think of it. Think about what he has in his bank account and what he can choose to do with that money. You could see very well that that man is even well loaded more than the 10 talent. Some of the men too have 5 talent. But me, Opatafuor, I have only 1 talent. And the talent is myself. The talent is what is in me. So I have to develop a good character, a good attitude. I have to have set standards for myself because Napo's uncle set a standard for him in life. Who set a standard for you? The man was able to put his nephews in a given society, a certain standard. They live at Akasemaso, Ahojo, Paraku, and then Denyame, Ridge. When you go to Accra, they live in Jowulo Airport, Ridge, East Airport, Cantonment. This is the exact place where they lead. Higher residential society, a security zone, that's where they lead. So you see, the uncle has set up a standard for them. So Napo cannot come to Busheng. He can never go to what do you call it? A Sophia, Barakasi, and look for a woman over there. The game is forward ever, not backwards, not backwards. So you see, there's a given talent to some people, some personalities in a society. As our fellow men, some of these people have talent. But you that don't have talent, you are struggling for yourself. You pay for your own utility. You don't have any uncle to turn to. When I talk about not having any uncle to turn to, I'm not saying you don't have any elder in your family, but the elders in your family, they are physically amputated because every man that doesn't have money is amputated. So all your uncles, they don't have hands. Even if they have, they can't put anything in it. When your uncles, when they combine themselves together and put their hands in their pocket, when they remove their hands from their pocket, the only thing they will bring out is this thing. They can't bring anything out. So you see, you are fighting for yourself. So a man who falls within the range of 18 to 40 years in a society that God gave him only 1 talent must have priorities in life. But the saddest aspect of some of these men is that they waste their time on unprofitable things. Some waste their time on certain things, womenizing. Some of them, they spend all their money on women. I'm not saying a woman is very bad, though. No, I will never say that. A woman is good. Everything that God made was in perfection. It was good. God knew that men cannot live alone. That is why he created a woman for us to cherish and honor them. But some of the men are living their life excessively. They are misbehaving. You hear Napo has 3 girlfriends. You that doesn't have $10,000, you want to have the same 3 girlfriends. So at the end of the day, you could see that this man wastes with that of his 18 to 40 years. And at the end of the day, from 40 years going, he has nothing. Instead of this man to focus on himself, Me, I am focused on myself, developing myself. Sometimes people will tell you, hey, when we call Opatafuor, he doesn't pick. Opatafuor is not picking our call. Of course, some of you people, your call I'll pick. Some of you people to your call I'll not pick. Do you know why? After a certain age, if I'm not able to put out something, this very same person will look down upon me. So at this particular moment where blood is flowing through me very well, that God has given me the breath, what exactly am I doing? What exactly am I doing? You waste that of your time on women. Every day as a man, you are on a phone with the woman. Talking about things that will not yield any positive dividends unto you. You are wasting your time. What are your priorities as a man? What are your dreams? You will tell me, I have business plans. Business plans, you are waiting for God to give you 16 billion euros, 30 billion euros before you put your dreams into effect, before you put your dreams into action. But the reality here is, even the one talent, the dreams, your aspirations that you perspire in life, if nobody is there to support you, you yourself as a man, what are you doing to initiate good decisions for the betterment of your life and the future ahead of you? As a man, by 40 years, you should finish developing yourself. But the saddest aspect of thing is that in the life of a man, developing yourself at the age of 18 to 40 years is not merely based on character development, but it is based on material gain. 40 years going, if you don't have money, you are a knockout in the society. After your 40 years, if you don't have money, at least what you deserve. If you don't have your chicken change in your pocket at the age of 40 years, I'm telling you that you are a knockout. The only thing that you can stay relevant in the society as a man from the age of 40 years is when you have something in your pocket. When you are able to support your nephews and cousins. When you are able to touch and affect the life of people in a given society positively. When you are able to extend your arms to the given society, this is the only means where you become relevant. I'm telling you the hard truth. If you are a man and you can't provide for your wife, yourself, your kids, I'm telling you that the only thing that will come your way is pain, shame, and disgrace. Don't be angry with me. If you're a man and you are watching me, don't be angry with me. I want to explain things to you to understand how things work. From the age of 40 years going, I'm telling you that if your own sister, as a man, if your own sister visits you and you are not able to put something in an envelope and give it to her, that sister, I am going to work. So in case if I do not meet you when I return, take this thing and go. Now, when you leave, your sister will open the envelope and count and see how much you have given her. If it is not up to her expectation, the only option left is that now when she leaves your house, wherever that she is going to tarnish your image. She is going to say something rubbish about you, where the people out there who respect you so much, they will begin to look down upon you because they have heard something about you from the horse's own mouth. Your own sister have come to declare to them that when she visited you, you were not even able to give her even just 1,000 Ghana. you only gave her 500 Ghana or 200 Ghana. Meanwhile, the expectation of your sister was that she is paying visit to you. Sometimes our sisters, they don't visit us anyhow. They'll visit you in times of trouble. The family will only call you or remember you when you have it. So me, my focus, my priority now is not a woman. I'm not saying I don't like a woman. A woman is very sweet, so tantalizing, adorned with mystic prowess. Indeed, happiness is ordained in the capacity of a woman. If you want to see the taste of how money is, it is only a woman that can make you to feel the taste of how dollar looks like. Now, when you pick up a dollar and taste the paper with your tongue, there's nothing. You only see some salty thing. But a woman can make you have a feel of the $1,000 that you have. So woman is good. But the problem is, at some given age in the life of a man, a woman shouldn't be your priority. I keep on telling men, 30, 35, 36 years of age to your 40 years of age, a man who is not settled shouldn't attempt marriage, because you are only going to bring troubles to yourself. And sometimes we Christians, especially we the charismatics and the Protestants and so whatever, we have this mentality that once you marry, it is the rest has been entrusted in the care of God. It is God who knows best. I'm telling you, when you don't work, if you don't have a job, if you don't have something that will bring money into your pocket, and you think God will hang himself in the atmosphere and tell you that, Kwaku man, today you don't have money, so I've put in something on your table, go and take it and go and buy food and feed your family. You are lying to yourself. Even the Jews, that is not how God brought them. God trained the Jews that they should be rooted spiritually, but physically they have to get their hands doing something. That is how God trained the Jews. The Israelite, he gave them something. He finds something for them to do and then bless their handiworks. That is how it is. So you see, when you don't have money and you can't provide for your family, bruh, I'm telling you that your head will become like that of a chicken head in your own house. You take a counsel and it will come to naught. You can never make any decision and it will come to fruition. Women, as you see them like that, they only hear one language, cash. I'm telling you, they will tell you, it is not about money, it is about love. Who told you? A woman that you meet on the way, as a man watching me, and the woman will deceive you and tell you that it's not everything that is about money, or sometimes it's about love. Let me tell you, that woman is deceiving herself, and she doesn't even necessarily know the definition for what we call love, because love is built on the foundation of sacrifice. It says, for God so loved the world, that is why he gave. So loving a woman means you must give something. When I declare and tell a woman that I love you, I have to give something. By so doing, it shows that you are committed to your words. So the beauty, everything about a woman is beauty. Her beats, her hair, her teeth, the tongue, the breast, the whatever. Everything is money. So you see, going out there to ask a woman hands in marriage without any preparation and self-developed, you see, you are not developed yourself well. You are living in a one single room apartment, chamber hall. You want to go and marry. The woman will, in the initial state, she will tell you that, oh, you don't need to worry yourself. The only thing you need is that at least love is better than everything. And gradually, we will build everything together. My bro, some of the men were deceived by some of these words. But until when they got legally entangled with women, this is where the women decided to tell them that, my dear, whatever that I was saying was a slip of tongue. Because the woman telling you that we will build everything together is not about money. Ask her that does she have the capacity to stand in and fight for you, to fight together? Does she have that waiting spirit? Can she wait till your next 50 years? Ask yourself, the woman who is telling you that it's about love but not money, ask her that can she wait, because you don't know the time and season when God will bless you. So if you listen to some of the sayings of these women, I'm telling you, you'll be deceived. So as a man, at the age of 40 years, you're 18 to 40, you are developing yourself. You should know how to handle women. You should have that communication skills. You are supposed to act maturely. Why? You must have sense, knowledge, wisdom, because you are going to raise a family. And you can't go there with that kind of your lousy and shadow thinking to raise a family. You cannot. Untimi mfa wadwene bema, untimi mfa wadwene emu oha. Se o de ko ware na de akotete mba. So a man must be well rooted, highly brought up, and well cultured, because you are the head of the family. So that shallow mindset, shallow thinking, shallow mentality, unrooted spiritually, you are not rooted intellectually, you can't raise a family. So you must prepare yourself. At least you have 3-bedroom over there. At least you have a job that is well paying. You have something. You see, at least have something. Have something. From 18 to your 40, you must have something. A reliable source of income. You have created a multiple streams of income for yourself, that at the end of the day, you pay yourself. Your end of the day, you'll be able to meet on the space of happiness with yourself. You should be able to create in something that will help you to become happy in life as a man. Why? If you don't have it at the age of 18 to your 40 years of age as a man, and you keep on following women, I'm telling you, the only thing that you get out of it is disgrace. Disgrace. I will explain to you. So, by 40 years as a man, you have set yourself by all standard. When your men are talking, when your co are talking, you can also go out and talk. When they are going for funeral, you can go. When they are doing something, you can do also. So, by the end of your 40 years of age, and my brother, you don't have anything, then you have to work smart, not harder anymore. And how do men work smart? By your 40 years of age, if you have any attitude, bad attitude, like alcoholism, you like drinking, you like smoking, you like womanizing, you have bad friends who can't. You see, sometimes there are some men, they don't have money. They themselves too, they don't have any rich men as a friend. So in times of difficulty, whom do you run to? The reason why God didn't give us one hand is because he knew that the one hand can never sustain the entire body. So your salary, your payment, and those stuff can never sustain you. That is why the richest man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, has friends who are also rich. So in case he is sinking, sometimes we see Aliko Dangote to be very rich. But who knows? Maybe he has a friend over there who has been supporting him with dollars behind the scenes. How will you know? But you, at the age of 40 years, you don't have it. You don't have any friend. You don't have any good spiritual leader who will advise you, who will prune the unwanted branches that you have bared in life. You don't have it. So how do you survive? So by the age of 40 years, if you don't have anything to boast of, my dear, you have to quickly work smart by having yourself a spiritual father, by having yourself, surrounding yourself with good men who will motivate you, who is ever willing to support you in life in case you sink or in case there's a need for support. People who can support you. But among all your friends, you don't have anyone that you can rely on. The only time your friend will call you is when he or she is in need. After getting the need, you will not hear from them again. Such people should be on the blacklist on your phone. Such people, if you have such friends, there are some people you suffer for them. You support them when they are in need. But when you are in desperate need, these people will never come to your aid. You will only hear from some people when they need help. You won't crofo bi wo ha obeti wo monka ade so mu hia moa obi wo ha obehu anu afere papa obeye voice note e de amawa no wakwa amanim ohia sika but osori anopa bibia ama ni tirim say oh mama nchia me papa mama nchia madam fi kura na me hwese de what say. The only thing everybody dream say mekai Eva Adubu ahin, mekai Mr. Apia, mekai Kwame Apia Kubia. Na me pe bibi na agye free Kwame Apia Kubi ho. Na me gye saa de ni wie dia. Me nkai biem. Such people, you block them because your friendship with those people is becoming commensalism, symbiotic relationship. You are the bull over here, and they are the tick. They have been eating from you and sucking your blood. Commensalism, symbiotic relationship. They only benefit from you, but you don't benefit from them. You cut them off your life. And look for people who can be there for you, who can support you, who can cover your nakedness, who can cover your reproach and shame. So as a man, this is how you're supposed to live your life. So Jesus said, some were given 10 talent, some were given 5, some were given 1 talent. Whatever talent that you have, my brother, use it very well. You see, let me tell you, legally, logically, spiritually, whatever that you are doing to make money, do it well and make money. Why? Because in the society of ours, the society is never fair to poor people. If you are a poor person, society will treat you badly. Your family will treat you badly. You will only be remembered when you have it. If you are able to give, this is where you'll be remembered. The day the giving stops, you become irrelevant in their eyes. That is why those broke men in the society who once had a good life, who once had something to their name, when they lost everything, now we don't remember them anymore. Now, the Ghana Black Stars, those who were part of the team, the Ghana Black Stars, those who were part of the team. Now, some of the players, we don't remember them anymore. Why? Because they don't have anything. They have squandered everything they realized out of their football career. They have squandered everything. Now they don't have anything. So you see, we are talking about history. Even history itself doesn't want to include their name into their sayings. But they keep on remembering Asamoah Gyan, as if Asamoah Gyan is the only player of Ghana. As if Dedayu and his brother is the only player of Ghana. What of those people out there? We don't remember them because they don't have it. They have exhausted everything, squandered everything they had. But people still remember Asamoah, recommend him, give him that accolade and respect that he demands because he still have it. The day everything that he has will be exhausted, nobody will respect him again. My dear men, be very smart. Be very smart. If you don't have anything, drop any attitude, drop any behavior. Mpacho, te ma peso, te nsanom so, te akohibra so, ye koha. Mpacho te so. And now for born in te so ne kopa sikafo adamfo. Na ope sikani adamfo betima about job opportunity. Kopa sunsumu nipa oye papa no omo a. Jai adifo atulufo de azafo akiri kwan. Na mi shira makramo. Bye bye. I have spent 1 hour 20 minutes in advising you. So even if you don't hear from me again in your life, you can use this one to enjoy yourself. Every day you play, you listen to it, you come back, you listen to it. By so doing, it will keep you on your toe. And you keep on reminding yourself that Opatafuor once said. Opatafuor once said. God bless you, my beautiful women in the house. Esther Ajumai. God bless you. God bless you. I hope I've not offended anybody. I just came in with a piece of advice. My women and men. I hope I've not offended you. My Miekuya and everybody. I hope I've not offended anybody. I salute. If you are offended, please, I'm sorry. Stay blessed.